it is, baby. Kiss. Shout out to SHEABABYTV, the hottest shit on the internet. Giving flowers, showing love, no hate, no sucky shit.
Yeah. Shay baby.
Yo, Shay, we about to wake these niggas up, man. They sleeping. We about to put them on. And if they ain't ready, they better get ready. Yeah, stirring up the pot, crazy. Stir it up. Tuned in to Shay, baby. Tune in. Twisting up the Zagreb. Light up. Got me going Zagreb crazy. Hip hop news, no cap. So don't try and bait. No cap. Trying to get your reels up. Then you know you gotta pay. This ain't your average, bro. Nah. Hating, then you mad at us. Haters. Niche, if they hating, send these haters back to Africa. This is where the shit stops. When I hit my bro Fox. What up, Don Coop, Charles, Pat, Brian. Make the show rock. The whole team. And we talking hip hop. Baby love, salute, baby. Salute, Marcy, the whole chat room. Drop a comment, paste it. Started from the bottom basement. Headed to the top fast. Tune in and share your thoughts. Talking about it, talk stats. SHEABABYTV, hottest on the net. Let's talk facts. Anything above that. Cloud chasing, fall back. Merch about to drop soon. Pre-order yours now. They can never lock us out. Kicking all the doors down. We coming through. SHEABABYTV, the hottest TV on the airwaves. Lock in. Talking about it. Salute to the whole team. Marcy, Baby Love, Niche, Don Coop, Pat, Brian, No Cap Fox. What it do, y'all? We coming through, y'all. SHEABABYTV.
Shay baby. Oh man, it is heating up. It is heating up. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's getting real dangerous out here. Shout out to 38 Spesh. Shout out to Jadakiss. You know, I wanna say, you know, this is hip hop, but it's also crazy, man. It's crazy. Now, today we gonna get into all the smoke, everything that's going on the internet. I know we talked about this before, but yo, it's getting worse, man. Your man offered kids $500K.
What it is, baby. Kiss.
Gotta
Shout
play the
out to
Kiss drop.
SHEABABYTV, the hottest shit on the internet. Giving flowers, showing love, no hate, no sucky shit.
Yes, sir. Yo, I feel you, No Game. No Game might go off. Yo, No Game, I'm not gonna lie. You would go off on boy too. That's why I say this is getting real nasty out here, man. It really is. It's getting real disgusting. Well, listen, No Game, I ain't gonna lie. I'm caught in between it being hip hop and also a little foolishness. Well, on both parties, right? No Game, when we talking about 38 Spesh, you know, we talking about Jadakiss, you know, both parties, Kiss is more my man. You see the jersey. You see the jersey. I was gonna put the throwback on today too. I should have, but I'm gonna say that for the park this weekend. Shay baby. I'm gonna say that for the park this weekend. But like I said, you know, both parties I've done worked with. You know, I've done chill ball with Kiss, smoked blunts with Kiss. You know, sat on the block with Kiss. Kiss is family. You know what I mean? Kiss is family. Now, 38 Spesh, I said this before. You know, in anything that you do, you got to respect your craft and you got to think you the best at it. You know what I mean? Let's keep it real. If you don't think you the best, why should your fans think you the best? If you don't think you the best, why should your fans think you the best? And this is real. So I'm not mad at 38 Spesh for, you know, respecting his craft, you know, thinking he's the GOAT, you know, thinking thinking that he is that dude, you know what I mean? Because he said he's the best rapper of all time. That's what he says. You know what I mean? So, I kind of want to say, you know, like, he's just being confident at what he do. But this is Jadakiss, baby.
Yeah. Shay baby.
Now, I done came up off Kiss. You know, I done came up off, you know, Nas. you know, Mobb Deep, you know, the LL Cool J's, you know, how they came up off all of the GOATs. So, you know, it's kind of hard, pause, to just sit here and just, you know, say that, you know, he's better than Jadakiss, man. It's crazy. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to word it any better. Like I said, I rocks with 38. 38 is cool. Me and them did it. We did a gig. Look, I can show you right here. I got it right here. Look.
Trust, man. It's 38 Spesh, man. Shout out to SHEABABYTV. Trust.
Now, you got an album coming out with this record, right?
Absolutely.
And you just coming off the record too, with the R&B hook, but your mother's song, that song is crazy. I love it, man. Real relaxing vibe. Let's talk about it. What made you get this record and put 38 on it?
Well, I mean, you already know, man, 38 is one of the underground kings, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's also a good brother of mine, you know what I'm saying? Through my man Fred the God, you know, rest in peace, TBM.
Facts.
You know what we doing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we always kept in touch, man.
Yo, what up, what up? Upstate New York, what the fuck is the word, man? Reef Hustle, BX, Kingsbridge.
See, you know what I mean? Me and 38, we did work together. You know what I mean? Like I said, no disrespect to the boy. I like boy. Boy's good money. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's funny, you know, what's real is what's real when now that we talking about him versus Jadakiss. But how can I hate on a nigga that don't ask for no bread, do work with you? You know what I mean? Give back to the hip hop game. How can I not respect boy? You know what I mean? He just want to work. I like that. You know, a lot of these guys out here, you know, it's hard to get them to sit down or even talk to them, or even, you know, they don't really, you know what I mean? So it's hard to really go against them, but Kiss is my guy, B. Kiss is my guy. I can't lie. So let's take away me knowing Jadakiss. Let's take away Jadakiss and us being from the same town. Let's say I was from Africa. The bars are the bars. Talent is talent. Like 38 Special, you can't take away the talent. You can't. You can't take it away from Kiss, man. He's been that dude in the game for a long time. Hey, Niche. Shout out to Niche in the building. She said, Jada ain't thinking about that guy. He need to let it go. No, see, Niche, he's not going to let it go, but you're right. Kiss is not thinking about him. But it's going to be hard for Kiss to, you know, I don't see Kiss really too much. Let me put the chat up too. Feeding into all of this. He gonna throw his little subliminal jabs in the verses, stuff like that. But realistically, this boy's coming at this guy's neck. Boys, man. He really is. Like, he really believes that he's better than Jadakiss. And like I said, I'm not gonna take that from nobody if you believe that. I'm not who are we to say that he shouldn't believe in himself? And that's real, people. That's real. Who are we to say this? But he wants to go at Kiss for $500K. This is crazy. Now he try to say if Kiss don't got the money, he should let Fat Joe got it. Come on, 38. You know Kiss got that bread. You know Kiss got that bread. Kiss definitely got that bread. He just got the new show. He's down with Rock Nation. That bread is all there. Anybody that rocks with Jay-Z, he keeps a lot of money in their pocket. You know this. Mem Bleaks, you know, Fat Joe, all the Rock Nation niggas, them niggas got it. Them niggas got it. I'm not gonna hold you. So today we gonna start off with watching some smoke that's going on in the industry with Jadakiss. And first, let's start off with Cameron. This is how it all started.
Jadakiss and 38 Special going back and forth. They was on Benny the Butcher's song together.
Benny the Butcher and 38 Spesh said that 38 Spesh verse was better than Jada's verse. And Jada had something to say in the comments. It was a little bit going back and forth in the comments. Then Jada and Fat Joe released a new song. And it appears, I don't know this for a fact, it appears, or what people are saying, that it looked like Jada took shots at 38 Spesh. Do I know this for a fact? I don't know. But I know that, you know, the timing of their argument online, it seems like that's what he's doing. You know, you ask Kiss, he may say he's not even talking about him. So I don't want to put that on him until he confirms that's what he's talking about. It's dope that it's all music. It's not no shit in the street. It's not nobody saying they gonna kill anybody, et cetera, et cetera. But it is definitely a big topic about whose bars are better and who raps better. And then it just didn't turn into that. It turned into upstate New York, where 38 Spesh is from, against New York City. And now other people are getting involved, and Jadakiss artists that used to work with him, I won't say his artists, people who used to work with him is involved. People from Rochester, where 38 Spesh is from, they're involved and they're doing freestyles. So this one thing, his verse is better than somebody else's verse, then turned into this thing snowballing into like a 2-month thing now. And it doesn't seem like it's over.
You see where all of this stemmed from? It all stemmed from, I guess, an old record that they had that 38 Spesh, he felt that he bodied Jadakiss on this. You know what I mean? He felt that he aired Kiss out on this record. Now, I heard the record. Now, you know what? We're going to go, let's play that record right now. Let's play that record because I want to get y'all opinion on who y'all think aired who out on this song. Let's get to that record. Hold on, let's see. 38 Spesh. 38 Spesh featuring Jadakiss. Okay, let's see. I think this is the I think this is the song right here. Sunday School. I think this is it. Let's see. I mean, come on, it's hard to air Kiss out. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the record.
Bitch. Mic check 1, 2.
Let's get in the comments on this one. It's up today. Let's get in the comments.
Yeah, look. Hey, look, niggas ain't see what I saw. Brick turned to a pot full of gold. Over that, spent my daughter's first birthday locked in the hole.
Let's get in the comments on this one.
I'm in control. Soft white from my block to the stove, not in the cone. Me and West like Stockton Malone.
Okay, let's get to their verses.
Can't believe y'all when y'all in the dark kitchen, all you hear is kitchen looking like I'm broken. Let's go. Caught a thing. Only my real niggas know. Play pool, riding.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Let's get to it.
Gas, the bull is y'all. No.
Friday. Go.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, 38 Spesh went off on that song. He went off. But Kiss, come on, when you hear that voice, it's a different type of delivery, man. Now, I'm not going to take nothing from 38 Spesh, though. The boy get busy. I'm not going to lie. You know, I'm going to be knocking that record in the car all day today. I ain't going to lie to you. That record is definitely hard. Pause. Now, did he body Kiss on that? I don't know. I don't think so. Because I'm a Kiss fan. Whenever I hear it, you know, 38 Spesh, that probably would have been the first time I would have heard him on that type of record. With it like a Jadakiss, Benny the Butcher, you know, it just seems like, I kind of want to say he got a lot of nerve. I don't want to kill him like that because I like 38 Spesh. He's a good dude. I'm just saying, the years, the longevity. If you take the locks out the game, there's these niggas from Buffalo. They don't exist.
SHEABABY.
The niggas in the comments saying 38 got that one. See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. 38, no. CT, I'm not going to front. I'm not going to lie. He did go off. He did go off. I can't front. He went off. But listen, I remember Beanie Siegel's first time I heard him. I remember Source Money the first time I heard him. I remember even Fabulous the first time I heard him. I remember Mace the first time I heard him. Shit, I remember the first time I heard Jadakiss. The first time you get on these songs with these type of niggas, you gotta go off.
SHEABABYTV.
You gotta go off. This is like the introduction in the game to get on. Am I right or am I not? Am I wrong? So of course the nigga went crazy on there. For Kiss, this is just another record, a check, you know, buy another chain type money. Let's keep it real. So I don't want to say he was BSing or lackadaisical. He still went off, Kiss. This is Kiss. He went off too. I'm just saying, you know, for him, this is just another Chain Gang song. You know, we got to go back to Reservoir Dogs. You know, we got to go back to the Benjamins. We got to go back to the song with Mace, The Lox, and Biggie. Those type of records. You know what I mean? These are the songs, the Chain Gang songs that Kiss is on early in the game. Now you can't tell me nothing. Kiss bodied a lot of niggas on them records. And we talking about the GOATs. We talking about the GOATs that he went off on. So, you know, I don't know if I don't want to say he was BSing. I just kind of want to say 38 Spesh did go off. I'm not saying he killed Kiss on that record. I'm not gonna say that. And it has nothing to do with Kiss being my man. I'm just saying that it takes more than just a hot 16 or 20 to say you bodied Kiss. That's what I'm saying. Brian, I appreciate you, my boy. Always, shout out to Brian. You know what I mean? It takes a lot. 38 Cheeks just talking nonsense. Bear from TV. Thank you, CT. You know the vibes. You know the vibes then. These are records that smash them like buttons too, because it's going down today. These are records that, you know, like are classic records that we done heard from Jadakiss and he got super busy on. He got super busy on. So when I hear the whole, you know, thing about he bought, like 38 bodied him on the song, it's like, I did hear the verses now. 38 went off. I gotta give it to him.
SHEABABY.
He definitely went off. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rod in the building. Now, Rod, you got the Pooh Shiesty on. I know you know the hip-hop game. It's hard to say somebody bodied Kiss. I don't know anybody in the game like Fat Joe and them. Why do you think he hangs around Kiss? He know he get super, 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 super busy. He gets busy. So this is why I'm saying this. Like, I don't want to say it's the nerve because I respect 38 because he loves his craft. He's saying he's the best. Nigga put up 500K. They don't want to do no songs. He want to hear Kiss's best 3 bars versus his best 3 bars. It gets very crazy out there. Now I want to show y'all 38 Spesh. He got real disrespectful at Summer Jam too. Check it out. Real disrespectful. Hold on, that's the interview. We're going to get to that in a second. Check out, I think this is it.
This is a Battle Rap Trap exclusive.
Friends on some Jim Jones shit. Hey. Hold up, yo, Jim. I got a bone to pick. That's some whole shit worried about how another nigga clothes fit. With your house on the foreclosed list. You lost your crib in 06, and this nigga still homesick. What I really don't get, you wanna be a street nigga so bad that you got Alpo old bitch, but Pro says she don't blow dick. nigga talking like a boss but ain't giving out no jobs. Nigga, you can't even go home and get a blowjob. Before you made cash off rap, what was your job? Jim Story faker than the one fat Joe robbed. And your broad face type valid. Without that body work, that bitch would be shaped like Khaled. Better replace them steaks for some late night salads. No matter how much you hate, you can't take my talent. You fucking with a real man with skilled hands. I took kilograms and build brands. Got a flow that could fill stands. And the only reason Kiss eating, cause he Fat Joe little man. And since y'all went and got that hook from Stove Dog, I just might go in the back and hook Stove Dog. Kiss, you'll never be your own boss. And only a bitch ass nigga record phone calls. Trust.
This is a Battle Rap Trap exclusive.
Try to tell you, boy, getting real disrespectful out there in these streets, man. I can't lie to you. Talking about Jim Wifey and all of this is crazy. Yeah, Charles, he getting nasty out there, man. He got my man No Game want to get in the booth and go get busy. I don't know. It's getting real dangerous out here. Now I'm gonna tell you. This is gonna lead. This is, first of all, just for the streets to know this. This is never gonna be, like Cam said, this is never gonna be no smoke where somebody gets hurt. These are old vets in the game. They know better than this. But I'm gonna tell you, boy gonna piss Kiss off. He gonna make Kiss go back into the Beanie Siegel days, the 50 Cent days. He's gonna make him go back in that bag. I'm telling y'all. Now, for me, this is good for hip hop. This is good for hip hop. We need this. The YNs, y'all got some trash music out there. YNs, y'all might have to give it up. The GOATs is back. The old heads is back in the building, and it's a shame. The hottest record in the New York right now is by a nigga in his 50s. Jim Jones. Because don't forget, Jim got the record out right now that's going there, boy. Let's play that record too. Because it's up this morning. Hold on. Jim Jones, New York record. It's crazy. I think this is it. Jim Jones, New York, Fabulous. Fabulous is on the record too. I think this is it. That's the hottest record in the city right now. Flex is burning it up.
What it is, baby.
First, you're going to want to clamp.
That's the hottest song in the city right now. This is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? The YNs, you gotta, I don't know. You gotta, it's a shame that none of the YNs could hold down the city. The old heads had to jump involved. Like I said, Greg Self, shout out to Octo. Ramil said it's not good. It's, I don't know if you mean the song or if it's not good for hip-hop. It's not good that these guys are going at it. We know this. But what is good about hip-hop is that these niggas is rapping again. How can we sit here and say we don't like the fact that these niggas is not rapping again? You gotta like it, man. You gotta like it. They rapping again. I like it. Can't lie, I do like it. It sort of feels like the early 2000s and the 90s again. You know what I mean? And that's what we needed in the game. The game started going to the tight clothes and the bullshit. And to the BS, you know what I mean? So it is making a little bit of moves right now, the game. So I kind of like it. Charles, good look. Appreciate you, Charles. Good smoke this morning. You already know the vibes. So let me see. He said, the beat sounds messy. That's all right, fam. It's all right. I mean, it sounds really good on the radio. I can't lie. It sounds really, really good. Now, Jim Jones, you know, a lot of people say they don't know Jim Jones for the bars. They don't really, respect him with the bars. But you gotta respect Jim. Jim's going on 20-something years of continuously putting out music like Fat Joe. We gotta respect him. We gotta respect him. Now, 38 Spesh went a little bit crazy on him. He talked about him, his wifey, talked about her body and talked about craziness stuff. It's crazy. Shout out to Professional. What's good, my boy? 100%, top of the morning.
SHEABABYTV.
We on this Jadakiss 38 Spesh smoke this early. You know what I mean? And like I said, 38 Spesh, right? First of all, let's watch the interview he had with 050. Shout out to 050 too. Let's watch that, a little bit of that, because he went crazy on boy.
Would you like to be on the same stage with Jim Jones or Jadakiss and y'all, hash this out?
Yeah, so check this, right? This is what I want to say right here, right? Check this. Jada want to do something, we ain't got to go back and forth, right? I got $500,000 on me right now. We could do 3 verses on the stage. You heard? Round for round, 3 verses, round for round. That's it. And we handle this like men in the ring. All of that back and forth shit. I got 500,000 on me. We could do 3 rounds in the ring, 3 verses. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the cash, have Fat Joe put it up, nigga. You heard me? No, seriously.
No, I respect that. I
Hold on,
respect
hold on.
that.
And that's how we can handle that. If not, then we ain't gotta go with the back and forth shit, throw shots on other niggas' records. Before tell him before he diss me on a song that he don't own. We could go and put up some cash and do this the right way. I got a ticket on myself. And we could do this in the ring with no crowd because this ain't a popularity contest. 3 judges. We could have G-Rap, Rakim, and Big Daddy Kane as the judges, homie.
Woo!
We keep this shit all the way hip-hop.
That's all the way hip
You
hop.
understand me? All
I
the way
respect that.
hip-hop. So, and that's my offer. I got a ticket on my flow. Besides that, we ain't got to speak about it. You put the money up or shut the fuck up. And we just, get back to business. It's trust.
You and Jadakiss, y'all was friends because somebody sent me a video of y'all being on the same stage. Salute to Benny. All of y'all was on the same. So y'all was friends at one time, right? Or what happened?
So, we was still acquaintances even after the interview. After the first interview, he told me to send a record. Like, stop doing interviews, just send a record. But I was tired of just sending records and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've been sending records for a while and
He
shit, so
definitely
you know how
talking
that shit go.
crazy.
But it is what it is and shit. When he started sending the shots, I was like, oh, this is what we doing. I didn't know we was doing that. You know what I'm saying? I would have rather we got on the track together and seen what it was happening. So when he sent the shots, I'm like, all right, cool. He sent the shot, you know what I mean? And
So basically, you saying he initiated on in the music. He sent the shot at you first, or did you just say?
no, all I said was, come outside, let's do another record. I
Oh,
smoked you on the last time. I told him I smoked him on the last time we did a record. Let's do another one. Well, he offered to do another one and then just kept ducking. That's really what happened. I never asked to do another one. Let's get that shit understood. He ran into me, told me, send him a record. Let's do another one. He owed me. And I sent it. And then he kept ducking. You know what I mean? And I understand it. It's a lot of pressure and shit. It was a lot of pressure. But the thing about it, instead of doing that, he sent the shot. So I respected it.
Do you think it's people in Jada ear? Because Jada's a good dude. He down to earth. Did you think it's other people that's in his ear why he didn't reach out to you or sent you a verse or even just
It wasn't even. I don't know what transpired because we went from texting to shots being sent. But shit, I love the sport. I wasn't tripping. I looked at it as an alley hoop. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I think that was either better than doing the verse. It was like, good looking, nigga. I appreciate it. You feel what I'm saying? But then Jim Jones jumped out the window and got disrespectful, started sending threats and doing all kind of shit. He took it beyond hip hop. Got other niggas that diss me and all kind of weird shit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna get what he want. You know what I'm saying?
Is Jim Jones somebody who you worry about? Like, remember, if you doing shows, let's just say, possibility you won't gonna want to do a show in New York.
I just did a show in New York. I just
Oh,
was at
put
Summer
that in
Jam.
the comment section.
I just was at Summer Jam. Remember they told me to be safe and watch out for the militia. I just was there. After
Oh,
that, remember, by myself on stage,
and
by
you
myself, my entourage.
For the bad guys.
It is
We
what
looking
it
for the
is.
militia.
Come on.
Where the militia and the
Where they at?
landmines at?
Where you
Where
at?
they at?
Where you
Where
at?
they at, huh?
You know what I mean?
Was Jim Jones there at the time?
Nah, Fat Joe was there though. Stogard was there though.
Oh, okay.
Ain't nobody say nothing to me. You heard? I moved in
Wow.
there, did what I
So
did, and I
after
left.
Fat Joe said the militias was gonna be there,
I went to Summer Jam after that. And then Kiss put up a stat too and said, yo, be safe. Hope y'all be safe today. What? Don't run into no landmines or the militia. I read that stat while I was on my way to Summer Jam. I just started driving faster. Oh, I gotta get there.
New York energy. I
Yo,
respect
I had
that.
to get there. I had to get there, but that shit was fun. And I don't understand this shit. I don't know what the fuck this is or like who they think I am and shit. But we gonna all get to know each other through this. You understand? You understand?
With 050, the movement. Brim, yes.
So he say that he wasn't worried about it. I'm gonna tell you, man, and I ain't gonna, this is keeping it 100. I don't know if niggas is getting old. I don't know, what's I just know that back in the day, niggas ain't want to play with Fat Joe, D Block, the Bloods with Jim Jones and them niggas. So I respect Boy. Boy, he said he pulled up by himself. That's crazy. That's different. The militia is nothing to play with. The game getting crazy. Now, nobody's going to put this stuff up on the internet and then actually do something to them. That's like worse than Little Dirk type stuff. So, you could tell that Kiss, Fat Joe, and them, they just trolling. These guys are really, 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 they could push a button. Don't get me wrong. They could definitely push that button. But who want to go through all of that, man? Let's keep it real, man. These guys are doing well for themselves. All of them. 38 Spesh is making money. You also got to take it in mind about 38 Spesh. Like he said, he owns his music. So he's making a lot of money off, them, that West Side Connection, Benny, all them dudes. They making good money in the game. They are. They making good money too. So let's just keep it hip-hop. Because if you don't keep it hip-hop, it's gonna get nasty. These niggas are button pushers. I ain't gonna front to you. They is. So they need to just keep it hip-hop, keep it on the bars, Going to the streets is a waste of time. These are grown-ass men in their 40. 38 Spesh, I think he's like 38 years old, something like that. So that doesn't make sense for him neither, man. You know what I mean? Especially for 38, because 38 is now, believe it or not, all of this going against Fat Joe and Kiss and doing all of this. Jada, 51 years old. Let me see. He say, they don't have no cats from New York that's his age he can go against. Dave East or somebody, laugh out loud. That's what I'm saying. This should be like a 38 Spesh versus Dave East. 38 Spesh. Because even my man, that rocks with Kiss, he jumped out and had a crazy song too. You know what I mean? That went against 38. Those what it should be against. Going up against Kiss, that's why I'm trying to say, I respect 38, because to be the best, you got to go at the best. But come on, man. As far as hip-hop, this is like Kiss going up against Rakim, Eric B. Rakim, Slick Rick, those type of niggas. He respects the GOATs, my dude. Without them in the game, there's no Jadakiss. Without the old GOATs in the game, there's no Jay-Z. There's no Nas. So that's what I'm saying. Without no Kiss, there's no West Side Connection in them. You know why? Because they opened up they opened up the airways for that type of music. Let's keep it real. When I look at West Guns and them dudes from Buffalo, they remind me of like a D Block, you know, Rockefeller, Rough Riders type niggas. They do. It's sort of like the same blueprint. Wu-Tang. All of that. These guys open up the airways to do this type of music. That's the only issue that I'm having with this is that, yes, let's say you did body Kiss on the song, right? Let's just say that, right? Let's just say Kiss was pump faking you. He didn't want to do the other record. He might have been ducking you. Fuck it. Let it go. These are guys that are in the game that created all of this. You know, when I started doing music, when I started wanting to get into the rap game, it was niggas like the Locks, Kiss, Mace, and them niggas who gave me energy to go get a couple record deals. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them niggas is the GOATs when it comes to this music shit. Now, I can't really say Slick Rick, Eric B, and Rakim, and all of them. Big Daddy Kane, don't get me wrong, them was them niggas too. But them guys is a little bit too old for me. You know, when MTV's coming in, it's the Kiss, the Locks, P. Diddy, Mace, Jay-Z, Nas. These are the niggas that opened up the airways for the commercial niggas. Let's keep it real. This is why I gotta, you know, I would say that, you know, going up against Kiss for 38 Spesh, yes, it looks like a marketing scheme for him to get to the next level. Like he said, you heard what he said also too. He said that doing this helped him get a buzz. He was ready for the smoke because it was going to buzz him. But damn, son, you know, there's somewhere down the line you got to say you got to respect Kiss, man. You got to respect the GOAT. Somewhere down there you got to respect them. You know what I mean? Jada versus Rakim. Jada was way better. Okay, so they saying on Facebook that Jada versus Rakim, Jada was way better. Everybody from Buffalo except Benny. Yeah, that's a fact. Shout out to Facebook over there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Benny is Benny. Benny's nice. Benny's the truth. But them niggas ain't no Jadakiss, the Lock, Styles P, and them type of niggas, man. I'm sorry. They not. They fire, but these guys are them niggas. They really are. Like I said, I respect them because you gotta, you know, Kobe. I said this before. When Kobe comes into the game, right? Kobe doesn't duck Michael Jordan. Kobe doesn't duck Iverson. Kobe doesn't duck LeBron. Kobe doesn't duck Allen Houston. Kobe doesn't duck Spreewell. Kobe goes at these niggas. This is why Kobe dies the great. Because he busts his paws. He gives all of these niggas 40 and 50. We know this. This is what makes Kobe Kobe. Paul Pierce and them niggas. Kobe goes at all of these niggas. Kobe gets the rings. Kobe, you know, he'll I've seen him leaning on Jordan, talking mess to Jordan. This is what makes Kobe Kobe. We know this. I gotta give them upstate dudes they props. They actually rapping more New York than the current New York rappers who want to sound like Chicago in the South. I like that, Debo the God. I like that. That is true. That is true. That is true. Now, that's a, you know, and Debo, I'm glad you put that. 050. Shout out to 050 in the building. Yo, 050, the interview you did was crazy, my boy. I can't lie. We was just watching that. Put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. That's a fact. Shout out to 050 in the building. Now, 050 talks to 38, and yesterday they break down, you know, why he was feeling that whole situation. You know, we gonna go back to that actually now that 050 was in the building. Let's go back to that just for the people that just popped in so you know why he was feeling some type of way.
Would you like to be on the same stage with Jim Jones or Jadakiss and y'all, you know what I'm saying, hash this out?
Yeah, so check this, right? This is this.
No, 050, YouTube, that we can't blog and connect to the streets unless these type of interviews happen. Now look, 050, I sat with him too.
Trust, man. It's 38 Spesh, man. Shout out to SHEABABYTV. Trust.
Now, you got an album coming out with... I sat with Boy too. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's a good dude. Shout out to him. But 050, no lie. That interview last night cracked the internet. I put it on Instagram yesterday and got over 700 comments about what he said about, you know, putting up the 500K. That could be the interview of the week, 050. That could be the interview of the week. I ain't gonna front. Put it in the comment section. Now, 050 also, this is why you gotta respect 050 for talking with 38 Spesh. 050, you know, him and Jadakiss, you know, they had a couple, I don't want to say issues, but they had things going on early in the game, which they mapped out, because Jadakiss told Fat Joe, leave my niggas alone. Ha! Leave my niggas alone. Yeah, because Kiss is a hood nigga. He know you gotta respect what niggas is doing on the internet. Niggas is just trying to get money. That's a fact. But real talk though, that interview was good, my boy. Respect to you 100%. Keep doing your thing, my dude. Hey yo, and I'm mad at y'all. I hit up your man. I said, y'all niggas in the town and can't hit your boy up? Yeah, my nigga. I come to the spot. That's a fact. Yo, y'all gotta come to the parks too, man. You know, I do the basketball thing, come to the Queen of Harlem. Y'all niggas be all love. All love over there, 100%. Now back to the smoke. So 38 Spesh, right? I got a chance to work with him. I told y'all that before. Now, nigga was good money, man. It was good money. No problems, no issues. Asking for an interview. It was all love. Asking for a drop. It was good. You know, him and my man gave me a few dollars. You know, they took care of your boy, SHEABABY. We was in Connecticut. We was in the dirty in Connecticut. No, not Connecticut. We was up in Poughkeepsie. Now, you know, Poughkeepsie up there, it's like Chirac. It's dirty up there. Nasty. They banging and everything. And they had him doing a club where it was straight wolves in there. And they brought me in there. I was like, oh, they got your man SHEABABY in the Gunther? But, you know, when you in this type of business and you in the field and you working, you know, where you get hired is where you get hired. That's a fact. But I was out there with them dudes, him and my man Reef Hustle, and it was all love. That's a fact. Now, 500K, 38 Spesh versus Jadakiss. Let's play that part first real quick so y'all can see that. Let's play that first. Let me see if I still have that. Here we go. Let's go back to it.
Would you like to be on the same stage with Jim Jones or Jadakiss and y'all, you know what I'm saying, hash this out?
Yeah, so check this, right? This is what I want to say right here, right? Check this. Jada want to do something, we ain't got to go back and forth, right? I got $500,000 on me right now. We could do 3 verses on the stage. You heard? Round for round, 3 verses, round for round. That's it. And we handle this like men in the ring. All of that back and forth shit. I got 500,000 on me. We could do 3 rounds.
That's what I wanted to talk about. The 500K. I don't know if this makes sense for Jadakiss to put up 500,000 to go against him because, you know, I don't want to say that because Kiss still got it. Kiss still got it. Kiss, this is, we see what Kiss did in the verses, the Dipset. We know Kiss is the beast. But I don't know if this is worth it for Kiss to do this because, you know, let's say this nigga has the best punchlines in the world, right? 38 Spesh on this one, right? Let's just say that he come with 3 verses that's out of this world, right? Does that take away the legacy of Kiss if he loses? Maybe. I don't know if I take this if I'm Kiss. I'm getting money on the podcast. Niggas are paying. Now you got to remember, Kiss is doing probably 5 to 7 features a week from regular street niggas. Regular street niggas is paying Kiss to do 16s all day long. All day long. So, you know, the streets, the game, they love Kiss. Kiss, it don't make sense for Kiss. I'm sorry, 38. You know, I think that's why he offers him $500,000. He knows Kiss is not going to take this. It's not, you know, Pee Wee Kirkland, right? Let me show you Pee Wee. This is my godfather. Me and Pee Wee Kirkland. This is 2001 right here, this picture, right? Kirkland, right? He tells me that he stops playing basketball, right? And he stops playing basketball probably in his 30s, mid-30s, you know, early 30s, because he left the Rucker averaging 100 points. You know what I mean? He, you know, 75 points a game. He goes to the NBA, he turns it down just to be in the streets. He's making $1 million a week. The NBA's paying like $100,000 a year at this time, right? So he stops playing basketball. This is what Pee Wee tells me. I stopped playing because I'm not going to give a nigga a chance to say he dropped 40 on Pee Wee. So Pee Wee goes out the great because he knows when to leave the game so he could, you know, say he's the GOAT. Like Iverson, when he crossed Jordan, right? We still talk about that to this day. Remember he hits him with and drops him to his knees? Pause. That's when Jordan's like 40. He did not drop Jordan during the Bulls years. He dropped Jordan on the Wizards. That's what Pee Wee's talking about. That's what he's talking about. So this is the same situation with like Kiss. It's like, do I go put up 500,000, ruin the legacy? What happens if he does lose the verses? He loses the legacy. This does not make sense for Kiss at all. Yes, he did drop Jordan. Yes, he did. Let me show you. Come on, my dude. You talking to me, we talking about basketball now. He definitely dropped Jordan. Look. Let me get to that. Iverson, cross, Jordan. Comes right up, my dude. Yes, he did. Drop Jordan. Here it comes. Come on, my guy. Yes, he did. This is the old Jordan, too. This is why you got to go out with a bang. You can't continue to try to run around with the right end.
Once he there, I was one.
Crossed him. Crossed him. Well, he didn't drop him to the floor, but he definitely crossed the hell out of him. But that's what I mean. That's an old Jordan. That's all I'm saying, my dude. You know, Kiss, it don't make sense for him to battle this boy for 500,000. Yes, but he didn't fall, laugh out loud. He crossed him dirty. Shout out to Shy, that's a fact. Oh, 97, my bad. Iverson before the braids. Yeah, Iverson before the braids. That's a YN Iverson. Give that 500K versus Jim Jones. That was more disrespectful. Now, do y'all think Jim Jones will take that offer? Jada has nothing to gain, 100% Debo. He has nothing to gain. It don't make sense for Kiss to do this. It just don't. Smash them like buttons too. Let's get the algorithms going. It really don't. Now, 38 got disrespectful on Jim. So I don't know. Jim not feeling him. He went a little bit too personal, talking about the wifey, talking about this, talking about that. He went a little bit in on him. I'm not going to hold you. He did. That's a fact. Let me see what they saying on Facebook. No sense at all. Shout out to my man Country over there on Facebook. Now, y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all see I got the jersey back here. Y'all can say I'm a Kiss fan. Y'all can say, you know, that I'm on Kiss's side. I'm on nobody's side. I told you I work with 38 Spesh. 38 Spesh is a good dude. I like 38 Spesh a lot. A lot. And now that I heard the record he was on with Kiss, I said he got super busy. I'm just saying, you know, okay, that's like me jumping on this internet, right? And going for like stars neck pause, going for like the goats of the internet. You know, it's a point of this that you got to give a nigga respect. You know, niggas that do media, the niggas that do, you know, people that been in the game for a long time. That's like, you know, your man Wemby going at Shaq or Lou Arsene neck and saying that they trash. He can't say that. Shaq is one of the best big men ever. Shaq will drop 50 on Wemby. Wemby's way too little for him. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he will kill Wemby down there. Tim Duncan, he will kill Wemby down there. No, they give him respect. They say these niggas are the ghosts. They started the wave for tall niggas to play basketball and have a big man game. You know, the game starts getting away from big men. They start looking for guards and niggas that can shoot threes. So you got to respect the nigga that plays a big man role. That's it. That's all. 38 Spesh just got to give Kiss a little bit of room, man. Kiss is, you know, he's Kiss, man. You know, back in, you know, you never heard of Jadakiss getting robbed. You never heard of Jadakiss getting hit in the mouth. You never heard of Jadakiss getting beat up. You know why? The streets love him. You know, when I took Kiss to Brooklyn, right? And not saying that Kiss don't go to Brooklyn. I'm just saying he was with me and my niggas when we hired Kiss to do a video in Brooklyn with my man Russ Smith, right? The whole time, you know what these niggas is saying? Protect Kiss. These niggas came out the hood, stood in front of the video shoot, and made sure he was good. Even though he had his own wolves with him, it's just protect Kiss. That's a fact. This is Kiss. It's kind of tough to see these guys going at this like this. Now, we watched the 050 interview. He's not playing. He wants this smoke. He said if you don't got the 500,000, tell Fat Joe to put up the bread. By the way, 38, Kiss got a lot of money, man. A lot of money. You know, we live in the same town. Where we live at, you got to have money to live here. Period. This is the suburbs. This is houses and condos. You can't live up here unless you're in a different tax bracket. And that's just that. Kiss lives a couple of miles away. He's getting money. J1's getting money. This is real talk. Niggas got bread. I just don't think Kiss is going to take on that challenge. I don't see it. You know, it's not the money. It's the legacy. It's not the money. It's the legacy. And that's real, man. You know what I mean? Let me see what they saying in the Kiss father exposed him on Joe Budden's show. What Kiss rap about is not even his life. Yo, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. About Kiss's father and stuff like that. Now, I have a child myself, right? And I don't know if you have a child, David Reed, but I'm pretty sure you do. Don Coop, what it is, my boy? Shout out to Don Coop in the building. But as a parent, right? No parent is going to get on a podcast or on an airwave and say, yes, I raised my son to be a drug dealer or a rapper or a street nigga or a weed smoker. No, you know, as a father, you want them to know that like a real father, a nigga who cares about his son, right? You're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that they try to have a chance in life. So you can't be mad at the father for sending them to prep schools, sending them to there. But you see what happened? You try as a father, and the streets pull a nigga back in. That's all that was, my nigga. Now, the reason why I don't listen to that podcast with the father is because I know Kiss personally. Kiss is outside, my nigga. Since the beginning. We talking about 95, 96, when all of this started, 93, the locks, with Mace, Biggie, all of that. Them streets in Yonkers was nasty. Kiss was outside. I used to drive through, I'm like 14, 15, 16 when I first got my license, right? This is before I meet Kiss. I meet Kiss maybe like 97. You know what I mean? And we'll talk about that another day. But the only way to see the locks was go to the hood. Niggas is right there on the corner. In the streets. Styles P, hood nigga. Sheik Luch, hood nigga. These niggas is hood niggas, my nigga. So don't listen to that stuff that the father's saying. The father's saying as a dad, of course he wants to make himself, because you know family members are looking at this and doing this, doing that. Yeah, he was a father trying to give his son the best thing. You know what I mean? But there's no way you're going to sit there and tell me Kiss wasn't outside. He was outside for real. I'm from the town. I'm from there. These niggas is 10 minutes from where I grew up at. 10 minutes. And it was nasty over there in the 90s. Shout out to T. Darby. Shout out to Jahil. And this is real talk. Jadakiss beneficial. If he was a fraud, he would have been exposed back in the 90s. Exactly, Debo. He's no fraud. Kiss the only legend in hip-hop holding it down right now. Literally out-rapping all these niggas. 100%. No Fox. And this is the truth. This is not, you know, saying this because this is my man. You know what I mean? This is the truth because these are facts. You know, look, let's go to the Instagram. Let's go to the gram. Let me show you. Now, if Kiss is not him, right? You can't take pictures like this. Look, that's on his block. You know where they shot the shit with DJ Khaled? On crates. He can't just sit outside and nobody say or do nothing to him. I'm there with him. Look. Look, late night. You see the wolves. Kiss is outside. He's out there. That's late night. Google it. Warburton Avenue. In Yonkers. It's a real place. Dangerous. Shout out to Gus, too. It's nasty out there. Outside parents don't know shit till you get caught up. 100% King Fire. Look at Caveman. He said it's real. I'm telling you. I'm from Glen and Warburton Avenue. We chilled in the laundromat holding it down, selling hard, and weed, and Kiss was right there. Thank you, Petty. Shout out to Petty. We seen all of this. So, like Petty, I was telling them, because they keep talking about what the father was talking about, Kiss not being like that. He went to prep schools. And I'm saying, as a parent, right, you're going to say that. You know, I'm not going to get on here. Like, let's say my son becomes the biggest rapper of all times, right? And he starts, you know, doing things in the streets that I don't know about as a father, right? I'm going to say no. Little Shay played basketball. Little Shay went to college. Little Shay. But I don't know Little Shays out there, selling white, robbing niggas, doing shit that no parent knows what the kid is doing until you get caught up. That's a fact. Smash them like buttons too, y'all. Smash them likes. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not gonna take that from Kiss and say that he's a prep school nigga and he's, like homeboy just said, he's from Glen and Warburton. Niggas was outside. That nigga's from the hood. Glen and Warburton is probably one of the dangerousest streets in Yonkers next to School Street. If not worse. If not worse. All of this is real, my niggas. All of this is 100% official tissue. And now y'all can say, Shay, you're a fan. You wasn't out there. I had to be out there. You see me sitting on crates talking to niggas, my niggas. You got to remember, my father does right for the community. He was a basketball coach. I meet Kiss not on no street level. I meet Kiss on basketball terms. Because all his niggas from his hood was balling with me and my pops. So we dropped the niggas off, and this is when the locks is heating up. The first thing I immediately say is, yo, introduce me to the locks. This is 96. Niggas take me right to the hood. Meet Kiss. That's how me and Kiss get the basketball team. Because he knew what my father and I had did. You see this jersey? This ain't a jersey as a fan. These were jerseys that little kids wore. You know what I mean? We had a basketball team together. Let me see what Petty said. You're not going to bash your son, but believe we were out there and still it's dangerous. 100%, Petty. 100%. Your son only hope you're going to be in the streets. Yes. Come on, man. Don't nobody want their kids in them streets. That's why I said when the father said that on the podcast, he was just protecting himself as a parent, saying that he did the best he could do for Kiss to try to get. And look how Kiss turned out. A millionaire. A millionaire. Now, also, there was times in the game Kiss got caught up too with being in the wrong place at the wrong time with niggas that were doing street activities. And his name came up and he had to get himself out of trouble. So Kiss is involved with real street criminals. Jay-Z, real street criminal. Nas and them niggas. All these niggas from the 90s rappers, they're real street niggas, my niggas. Just like 38 Spesh. 38 Spesh and them boys in Buffalo ain't nothing to play with. Them niggas they are where they are for a reason. They got their money up and they put it into the business. And that's why they are where they are right now. And this is a fact. So, now back to the 38 Spesh Jadakiss 500,000 thing. If I'm Kiss, I turn it down. It don't make sense for me, man. The legacy's worth more than 500,000, man. 500,000, once you get you a car, a couple of watches and the chains, all that's out the window. Now you got the legacy you can live with forever. When you got the legacy, this is what niggas don't understand, right? When you have the legacy and you're considered top 5 dead or alive, right? You will always get booked. You will always get commercials. You will always get anything involving hip-hop. You will always be mentioned as long as you're still top 5 dead or alive. So to lose that top 5 dead or alive to Spesh is worth more than 500,000. It's not enough, Spesh. It's not enough. To lose the legacy, this gotta be a $10 million battle. I ain't gonna lie to you. 500,000 is not enough to lose the legacy. I'm sorry. And like I said, it's no disrespect to 38 Spesh. But what I've done in the game for 30 years, if I'm Kiss, it's worth more than $500,000. That's all I'm saying. 38 needs to get in his bag and make his legacy. Exactly. If Kiss from that take the 500K, challenge them. No shitting on Spesh he's just punching above his weight class a bit. I get his point, but he could end up as cannabis. 100%. 100%, Fox. And that's what you don't want to wind up. Even Kiss. Kiss don't want to wind up in cannabis. Because look, the nigga tried to get on Summer Jams and air them niggas out. He did his thing. Yo, look. Let's go back to what he was saying on Summer Jam. The bars is crazy. It's just nobody really believes it.
This is a Battle Rap Trap exclusive.
Cribs on some Jim Jones shit. Hold up, yo, Jim. I got a bone to pick. That's some whole shit worried about how another nigga clothes fit. With your house on the foreclosed list. You lost your crib in 06, and this nigga still homesick. What I really don't get, you wanna be a street nigga so bad that you got Alpo old bitch, but Poe says she don't blow dick. Poe says she don't blow dick. Man, this nigga talking like a boss, but ain't giving out no jobs. Nigga, you can't even go home and get a blowjob. Before you made cash off rap, what was your job? Jim's story faker than the one fat Joe robbed. And your broad face type valid. Without that body work, that bitch would be shaped like Khaled. Better replace them steaks for some late night salads. No matter how much you hate, you can't take my talent. You fucking with a real man with skilled hands. I took kilograms and build brands. Got a flow that could fill stands. And the only reason Kiss eating, cause he Fat Joe little man. And since y'all went and got that hook from Stove Dog, I just might go in the back and hook Stove Dog. Kiss, you'll never be your own boss. And only a bitch ass nigga record phone calls. Trust.
This is a Battle Rap Trap exclusive.
Now, those are bars. He went off. But you see the crowd, you know when Jay-Z was doing this thing, but like, oh, you hear everything, right? New York City's behind Kiss, man. And you know, it's hard to do this to a nigga that the people love. They just love Kiss. It's something about Kiss. I ain't gonna lie to you. Pause. It's something about him. I don't know. It's like he can't do no wrong. He can't. He can't do no wrong. You know, Jay-Z gets him out the mud, makes him a more millionaire, because Kiss always had the bag, but now he made him even more of a millionaire. You know, they just love Kiss. You know, this is a battle I feel like 38 Spesh just can't win. He can't. You know what I mean? He's the hood hero, bro. It's a fact, Debo. He's the hood hero. It's a fact. You know, like I said, I bring him to Brooklyn. The niggas is like, protect Kiss. That's real. Man, as fuck, no crowd reaction. That's what I'm trying to say. Jada's prime is 98 to 2006. I know. I thought they were trying to do some more music. Like 38 said, we can't take his talent. That's hip-hop, Sbtv. We move knowing we the shit. That's a fact. I'm not mad at 38, King Fire. I said this. I'm not mad at him. You know, he said he's the best out. He respects his, and you know, if you don't think you're the best, what are we doing here? You're just wasting time. Shout out to C Cherry. And that's, you know, that's what it's about, man. You know, the game is still here. And like I said, I'm not mad at what 38 Spesh is doing. I'm happy that, it's making niggas rap again, because, like I said, the YNs putting out a lot of garbage. So, we're forced to listen to bullshit. But now we get some real bars. Now, 38 Spesh, I gotta say, he's not trash. Let's go back to that record one more time before we get out of here. Because they did go off. 38 Spesh Jadakiss. Okay. Let's go back to that song. Because they definitely went off. They definitely went off. It's just levels to it, man. Like I said, 38 went off on that song. But when you hear Kiss, it's like watching Jordan and Kobe shoot a free throw. It's just smooth delivery. You know when you got a veteran, and you know when you got someone that's trying to get, like when you go watch these AAU teams, right? The young boys play, right? They at the free throw line, I even see niggas do like the Kevin Durant shake. I even see niggas spin the ball like Kobe at the free throw line. They dribble and they spin it. These are things that you watch as a kid coming up to get to the top. These are the things that you watch. So when I hear these type of records, with Kiss on it, with 38 Spesh, it seems like, I'm doing it for the love of hip-hop. You know what I mean? I'm doing it for the game. But those chain gang songs from the 90s and the 2000s with Biggie, with Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak, Beanie Siegel, those type of guys, this is when we first hit Kiss hungry. He bodies these niggas on these songs. He bodies them. It's like night and day when his verse comes on. The voice, the delivery is professional stuff, man. That's all I'm saying. 38 Spesh, I respect you. I respect the game. And you are one of them dudes. You are one of them. But Kiss, it's another level stuff, my man. It's another levels. I'm for real. And that battle will never happen, y'all. 500,000, Kiss ain't losing that legacy. You know what I mean? I made you look. All of these songs, right? You think 38 is self-styled, step into what you don't need? That's a fact, Cherry. Now, what I would like to see is the Locks versus the West Side Guns. Give me the Locks money line. Give me the Locks money line. We saw what they did to Dipset. Give me the Locks money line. Locks money line. And you know what the spread would be? Probably minus 450, minus 500. The Locks versus West Side Gun. Them niggas paid attention to them dudes, man. They really did. I know they did. I know they paid attention to them. Kiss is the GOAT. And that's real. All right, y'all. Good show today. We rocked out. I'll see y'all on Friday, Freaky Friday. We off the industry. We're going to be talking about these ladies on Friday and these relationship goals and everything going down in 2026. All right? Love y'all. See y'all on Friday.
Yo, Shay, we about to wake these niggas up, man. They sleeping. We about to put them on. And if they ain't ready, they better get ready. Yeah, stirring up the pot, crazy. Stir it up. Tuned in to Shea, baby. Tune in. Twisting up the Zog. Right up. Got me going Zog crazy. Hip hop news, no cap. So don't try and bait. No cap. Trying to get your reels up. Then you know you gotta pay me. This ain't your average, bro. Nah. Hating, then you mad at us. Haters. Niche if they hating, send these haters back to Africa. This is where the shit stops. When I hit my bro Fox. What up, Don Coop, Charles, Pat, Brian. Make the show rock. Whole team. And we talking hip hop. Baby love, salute, baby. Salute, baby. Marcy, the whole chat room. Drop a comment, paste it. Started from the bottom basement. Headed to the top fast. Tune in and share your thoughts. Talking about it talk stats. Shade Baby TV, hottest on the net. Let's talk facts. Anything above that, clout chasing, fall back. Merch about to drop soon. Pre-order yours now. Get yours. They can never lock us out, kicking all the doors down. We coming through. Shade Baby TV, the hottest TV on the airwaves. Lock in, talking about it. Salute to the whole team. Marcy, Baby Love, Niche, Don Coop, Pat, Brian, No Cap Fox. What it do, y'all? We coming through, y'all. Shay Baby TV.
Shay Baby. Shay Baby.